Welcome back to Clipping with Liveryman. In this video we'll be doing some more partial clipping and covering a trace clip and a blanket clip. So the first partial clip that we're going to be doing is the trace clip. So Bella's going to draw this out on the horse using her finger today, but if not you can use chalk or a lipstick to guide your line. So she's starting from the back and midway across the hindquarters, across his belly, and then she's going to go up and create half a neck to the back of his ear so that you can have half a face. As always, when clipping you should start at the shoulder. Turn your clippers on, have your hand on the shoulder and introduce the clippers. When choosing the right clip for your horse, you have to bear in mind their workload, their environment, whether they're stable 24/7 or out 24/7 or half and half, and their weight, because some horses need extra rugging in winter and could do with a partial clip instead of a full clip. So what Bella's doing here is she started on the shoulder and she's doing the leg line first. The aim of a front leg line should be able to clear the elbow and the wrinkly skin under the girth area where a horse is more likely to sweat. If you're conscious of your lines not being straight or don't have the confidence to do it freehand, you can use chalk on dark coloured horses or a lipstick or a marker pen on the white coloured horses. Bella's clipping with a medium A2 blade, which is perfect for grey horses and horses with pink skin. So whilst Bella does the line on the neck, it's great to turn the horse's head away from you so it creates a straight line. Don't stress too much about your line when you're doing it with the heavy duty clippers. You can always come back and use a trimmer to sharpen the line. As Bella's doing under his belly, she's facing the hindquarters, and that means she can watch for his movement and in case he moves the back leg so that she can move out of the way. Bella is using the Black Beauty heavy duty clippers and they are on an A2 blade, which is a medium blade and perfect for grey or light coloured horses. It is not recommended to use a fine blade or any blades that are 1.5 mils and below on pink skinned or grey horses. The trace clip is great for horses that are in light to medium work. This means that the horse's areas that they're most likely to sweat will be covered and that they can dry out quicker, but then keeping the hair on the back to keep them warm when they're not being ridden or exercised. When using any clipper, it's great to use long, even strokes and overlap each stroke by half. Don't worry if you miss a few hairs, you can always go back over and use short, choppy movements like Bella's doing now. When doing a blanket clip or a trace clip like this one, it's great to start with the leg lines first so you know how high to go with the lines. Bella is doing a hind leg line right now. Bella is known for her sharp lines. She's the queen of blanket clips and trace clips. This clip is great for horses that struggle to maintain their weight in winter. A top tip for when we do partial clips like trace and blankets is to make sure your horse is stood square. This helps to make sure your lines are nice and straight. Ever the perfectionist, Bella is just catching any hairs she's missed.
Now that I'm happy with the bulk of the clip, I'm going to go in with my Nova trimmers so I can straighten up my line. Using the Nova trimmers, I'm going to use them on the shortest setting, turning the clipper over and slowly and carefully straightening up my lines.
The Novas are on the shortest cutting setting, and by turning them round can create a super sharp line. When doing this line, it's great to be at eye level with the line. Don't be above it or below it because the line won't be straight. When doing this line, because the Novas are on the shortest setting, try not to drag it down the horse too much because it will be cut at a different length to the medium blade that you've just used for his body. So to finish off a partial clip like a trace or a blanket, you do a little arch in the flank area. You can do this with the Black Beauties or a trimmer like the Novas, depending on how big you would like it. If you're a visual person, having a photo on your phone is a great way to remember what you need to clip, especially when it comes to partial clips. So when we start the other side of the trace clip, it's great to start at the bum so that you can follow the line all the way around the horse, keeping it straight and the same level on both sides. As I'm holding the horse should be stood square behind so that the clipper can clip a nice straight line and follow her original line. Like before, Bella is going to be using the Black Beauties on an A2 blade and take the bulk of the clip off and then finish off with the Nova trimmers to make sure all the lines are nice and straight. By following the trace clip round to the next side, it will keep your line the same height on both sides of the horse, keeping it even and smart and straight. Now the bulk's off, Bella's just finishing the line with the Nova trimmers to make it sure it's nice and straight. A fun fact, no one can see the same side of the horse at the same time, so don't panic too much. This is the best way to get a straight line by using a trimmer. If your horse is extremely sweaty, especially behind or up near its tail, you can clip in a straight line towards the dock, taking a little bit more hair off than normal. If your horse is extremely sweaty on his bum, a great way to help with this is by clipping up the top of the blanket or the trace clip to the top of the tail, removing any extra hair. So now we're going to change the trace clip into a blanket clip. This is ideal for horses in more medium to heavy work. Bella is going to take the whole neck off, drawing a line straight from where the girth area is to his wither. The key difference between a trace clip and a blanket clip is a full neck off. Blanket clips are great for horses in medium work. The idea of a blanket is to mimic an exercise sheet on top of the horse's back.
We hope you liked this video on partial clipping. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.